Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm making macaroni salad. This recipe was requested by one of my viewers. His name's Hayden, and he actually has a YouTube channel too called Spoonful of Organization. So I'm going to leave a link to that in my description box below. But he wanted a classic macaroni salad recipe with an Anne's Family Recipe twist. So I'm bringing that to you today. The first thing I need to do is cook my elbow macaroni. I have 2 cups of dry pasta here, and my water is at a rolling boil, so this is just going to cook for about 7 minutes. While my pasta boils, I'm going to prep all the other ingredients for our salad. So in front of me I have a couple of carrots, and mine were quite small, so I'm using 2. I washed and peeled them and then just chopped off the top and bottom. I have 2 large green onions here. Again, washed and dried, chopped off the top and bottom. And then I'm using 1 small red bell pepper. And then I also hard-boiled 2 eggs. So I'm going to dice up the bell pepper and the green onions very finely. I'll chop up my eggs, and then just to make it easy on myself today, I'm going to use a box grater and grate up the carrots. I think a more traditional approach to the carrots would be to chop them up into tiny little bits, but I do not have the patience or the time to be that meticulous today, so we're just going to grate them up. Once my pasta finished cooking, I drained it and then rinsed it under cold water. That will cool it down a little bit for the temperature of our salad and also stop the cooking process. Next, we're going to make the dressing for our salad, and I'm going to make it right in the bottom of a large glass bowl that will mix the whole salad in. Because with my track record, sometimes I don't use the right size bowl. So today, I'm going large. This is just a classic creamy dressing that's a little bit tangy, a little bit sweet, and it just goes perfectly with all the other ingredients. So I'm trying to just use my 1 spoon here. So I'm actually gonna start with my sugar, and I'm gonna sprinkle in just about a teaspoon of granulated white sugar into the bottom of my bowl. And then I'm going to scoop out about a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I got out my 1/2 cup measuring cup over here, but I'm not even gonna use it. I'm just kind of eyeballing what that looks like and then putting it right into the bowl over here. Saving on cleanup, hopefully. Okay, and then next I'm gonna add just a couple of tablespoons of sour cream. I thought that would be a nice touch to give it a little extra tang and to sort of lighten it up a little bit. And then to give it a little bit of a kick and tang, I'm using some Dijon mustard. Just about a teaspoon, because you don't want that to be an overpowering flavor. There we go. And then a little splash of white vinegar. You could also use apple cider vinegar here too. Whatever you have. So again, just about a teaspoon of the vinegar. Here we go. Looks good. I am gonna add a couple of seasonings, a little bit of kosher salt, probably about a 1/2 teaspoon or so. We'll see. I might go a little light and then we can always add more later. Some fresh ground black pepper. My spoon's in the bowl. Just ignore it. I'm just gonna sprinkle the pepper right over top of it. We'll fish it out later. And then lastly, just a sprinkling of garlic powder. Just like that, like an 1/8 teaspoon. Okay, so now I'll stir it all together. I guess that's one con of using a very big bowl. My spoon just slid right to the bottom. I'm gonna give the dressing a quick taste. That's really, really good. I'm gonna go with what I have here, and then once you add all the other ingredients, then adjust your seasonings, because that's when you'll really know if you need a little more salt, or maybe a little splash of vinegar, a little bit of sugar, whatever suits your taste. So all that's left to do is add our pasta and our veggies and eggs into our dressing, and this is gonna be really, really yummy. One thing that I would suggest is making this either earlier in the day or the night prior, just so that all the flavors can kind of marry together. And also the pasta is going to absorb a little bit of that dressing, so right before you serve it, you might want to add in another tablespoon or two of mayonnaise just to kind of loosen it all up again and make it nice and moist. My husband wanted me to mention too that there's one veggie missing that you might normally find in a classic macaroni salad, and that would be celery. We don't buy celery, we don't like celery, we will never eat celery. So you can add it if you want, just dice it up nice and fine and it'll add an extra crunch to your salad, but it's just not a veggie that I like to eat. So we're sticking with the peppers, onions, and carrots today. This salad just smells like a summertime picnic to me. I'm so excited to give it a taste. Now, we're eating dinner in about an hour, so I'm gonna cover this in saran wrap and then pop it in the fridge until then. But like I said before, ideally you wanna make this farther in advance, just so that all the flavors can kind of meld together. I'm tasting it now because I can't wait another minute, but what you really need to do is once you're ready to serve it, so after it's been chilling for a while, that's when you taste it again. See if you need to add any more salt and pepper, a little extra mayo, whatever you might need. But for now, I'm gonna give it a taste, okay, Andrew? He's licking his lips. Let's see. It's so good! Oh, I love it! I'm so glad Hayden requested this because I honestly don't know if I've ever made macaroni salad before in my life. I love eating it. In fact, my sister lives on the other side of the state from me in Pennsylvania, and she has this amazing restaurant by her. They make roasted chicken and this awesome deli-style macaroni salad that I love. And this tastes a lot like that. But I love the crunch from the peppers and the carrots and that slightly more subtle onion flavor from the scallions. I think I've mentioned this before, but I get really bad onion breath whenever I eat raw onions. So I like the flavor of onion from the scallions, but it's better for everybody else around me. I know my husband is excited that I'm not having raw onions tonight. And Andrew probably is too. But this is delicious. I'm loving it. So I'm gonna chill this for as long as I can before we eat dinner. And then of course this will be great in lunches for the rest of the week. I'm super happy with this salad and I think you will be too. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at Anne's Family Recipe. Thank you so much for joining me today in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with another family recipe.